Hey YouTubers, how you doing? Cyber Snack's back. I've got 3 new consoles to show you. Okay, I've got 2. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The other one, it's winging its way to my parents, and unfortunately I can't fetch it till Friday. So you're going to have to make do with the 2 that I've got. One is a gift from an absolutely fantastic YouTuber and a great friend. End of story. And the other one was a deal that I picked up on Saturday, and what a deal it is. I got an absolutely fantastic deal. But let's talk about console number 1, and we got to go back 2 weeks to Play Expo. Standing outside, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm with Jack Jones, nobody around that I know. A taxi pulls up and out gets somebody, one I didn't expect, and obviously everybody else didn't expect. But it was an absolute pleasure to see him and meet him first, which was Raz, Sweet Gamer Raz. Unexpected, he only told 2 people. Apparently I think he only told Danny at 16-Bit Brothers, and he also told Retro Rich King. That's right, I'm sure he told them 2 guys, never told anybody else. But to see him get out of that cab, absolutely amazed and thrilled at the same time, just to, you know, obviously meet him first. So we obviously hung about, stood in the queue for 3 hours. We did a lot of talking. We just didn't shut up, to be honest. But he did bring a few gifts over, and I know it's not just me. He gave to Danny, and he also gave to Con Jones Deloro, and they're all appreciative of his gifts, because no doubt they've showed them in their videos now. But mine, I just did not expect whatsoever. Standing there with his bag, and he goes, "I've got you something, mate. You're gonna like it." And I thought, okay. Don't even know what it was, and I couldn't really remember, because he did a video a couple of months ago, like a big trade-off video, and he showed something that I was really interested in, and I tried to do him a trade, but he weren't interested in the item that I had, so I kind of forgot about it. And then when he was there on the Saturday, he goes, "Right, mate, yeah, have this." And I thought, oh my god. And there it is. He pulled out the ice blue 2-tone N64, obviously ice blue and clear under the bottom. Now, initially I thought this was the Japanese console, but Raz says this is a PAL version. Now, I haven't tried and tested it yet, but unbeknown to me, you know, I'm not clued up on the N64 that much, to be honest, but I honestly didn't think this come out as a PAL release, because I've got the red one, the clear red one, and on the side of the box it shows you all the colours that was available. Now this one, whether it was not a UK release and a European probably release, fair enough, but I don't ever remember this being released in the UK. As I say, not clued up on the N64, so somebody's going to put something down in the box saying, yep, you just was blind and you missed out. But to get this off somebody who I'd met for 5 minutes, but seen on YouTube plenty of, obviously, but met for the first time, and 5 minutes later he pulled this out of his bag and gave me this. What a man, what a top YouTuber, what a guy. And I'm absolutely, you know, I'm chuffed to bits, mate, for you to have even considered giving me this. But yeah, thank you very, very much, mate. Absolutely going to be treasured and very, very well looked after, believe me, and you know that. You know that, trust me. But yeah, that is the first console off a very, very, very good YouTuber, Sweet Gamer Raz. But let's not leave the expo, because I've got a few mentions to do, to be honest, because I did a few mentions in my last Man vs Master System video, and I didn't mention a lot of people really, and to be honest I think it's only fair that I really do mention them. So I'll just open the list, but it is kind of a big list, but it ain't. But I think they do deserve a mention, because they are all great YouTubers. And I've just got to mention again, Dave Clark, I'm a Gamer Geek. I've got to say, great to meet you, mate, and you've done me a fantastic deal on the Master System games. Absolutely class games, and they are buried in my collection and pride of place, mate, trust me. So I'm absolutely chuffed to have met you. Hopefully see you again, mate, next year. Also, Darren Walshock. How can I forget Darren Walshock? And Minx36. Great to meet you guys. Also, great to see. Let me think. What's his name now? How can I forget? You know, see, I'm at it already. I'm like as bad as my count on Man vs Master System. I forget things straight away. Mind you, I have been knocking a few of these back. There you go. I just remembered it. 16-bit Brit. The flying handshake and how do you do, and then he wandered off after one point. But I got to admit, it was a longer chat and a handshake than it was the year before when I caught you out the corner of my eye. But mate, hopefully I'll see you again next year and we'll have a bit more of a chat. Great to see you. And these two guys, they're legends in their own right. End of the story. How can I not mention Chris Shanks? The guy is a great guy. He's done a ton for his charity that he's been working on to do with his son, obviously. He had a great tattoo, and to be honest, I'm surprised he actually just didn't decide to take his top off and walk round half naked around the entire expo for 2 days, because he had that many people asking him about his tattoo that AD did off for 16-bit Brothers. He might as well have just ripped his top off and walked around semi-naked for 2 days. But great tattoo, mate. As I say, great to meet you. Definitely looking forward to seeing you again. But one more person I'm going to mention, Mr. American Football himself. How can I forget this guy, Woodlin37? To see him in real life, he was definitely, he was not like he was in his videos. I mean, I've watched a couple of his videos and he's been quite like, you know, out there sort of thing, controversial and blah blah blah. But to see him in person, what a fantastic person. Great person, really great to get on with, really great to talk to, and a pleasure to have met him. Trust me, absolute pleasure, mate. And I'm definitely going to be at Blackpool, so you got to meet again. Absolutely got to see you again, mate. But I can't think of anybody else, so I am definitely going to leave it there. But if I've missed you out, I do apologise. But whoever you were, and I met you, it was great to meet you. And I guarantee we're going to bump into each other again. If it's not a Blackpool, it's going to be either Revival or it's going to be a Play Expo at Manchester next year, because I'm going to all three and I can't bloody wait. Anywho, enough of that. Let's get on to console number 2. Now this console, obviously, I'm going to give the game away here. Anybody who's been on Instagram or Twitter will have seen the pictures of what I got recently over the weekend, and it has to be the deal of the year for me, without a doubt. I looked on, what was it now? I can't think of the bloody thing. I'll say I'm at it again. Brains like a sieve, Gumtree, there you go. I went on Gumtree. I don't do Gumtree. I think it's, you ain't going to get anything. You'll be lucky to get anything out of Gumtree, to be honest. But I went on the Gumtree and I found a console with 25 games, 65 quid. And obviously it was the local Gumtree, and the guy lived 20 minutes away from me. So I took a punt and I rang him and I said, well, what have you got? I said, come round and have a look, you'll be quite surprised what I've got. And I went, okay then, gives your address. So I went round, and holy shit was I surprised what he had. And how he never looked at my face and seen, you know, the holy shit, why are you getting rid of this for this less of a price? You know, 65 quid, are you insane? But he kind of seen past that, and I looked at it, I went, you know what, I'm going to have that off you, not a problem. So giving me 65 quid, walked out of that house laughing my head off, to be honest with you, laughing my head off, because the console that I got was this. Obviously I'm going for the full Master System collection, and I did say I was going to get a Master System eventually, but to get this console, which is one of these, the Master System, and obviously you've got the 2 arcade hits on it, which are Safari Hunt and Hang On. Then you got the, obviously, the gun with it and the 2 joypads. And I mean, the box is absolutely mint. There's a little mark right there, but apart from that, absolutely pristine box. And then to top it off, I've just left it in the box because I thought, man, look how looked after it's looked. So I've got to get the box. Styrofoam top, so I've took that off. So everything's included apart from the instruction manual, which I'm pretty miffed about. But to see the condition it's in, and the guy looked after it. So everything is in its bag. Everything. Absolutely pristine in its box. Not an issue. The only thing it's missing was the actual manual for the console. But you know what, I can live with that because it's in pristine condition. But to top this console off, I got 25 games with it. 25 games, and out of the 25 games there was only 2 that I actually had already. So I've gained another 23 games into the collection. So £65, a spanking console that's absolutely mint, and 25 games, and every single one of them are brilliant. I'm going to disappear again. I'm back. But every single one of them, every single one of the games are brilliant. And I was going to save them, but I'll show you one. Now this one, obviously, to get this in the deal is just, you know, it's just, well, I don't know what to say, but I got, in the 25 games, I got the Smurfs. I got this included in the deal. So I got myself a mint condition Master System with a light phaser, boxed and complete, 25 games, and the Smurfs 1. Okay, it's only the Smurfs 1, but it's one of, you know, the 2 games that I really wanted. The second one, everybody knows I'm going to be paying through the fucking arse for the second one. It's like 300 quid up. Probably could get it less because obviously Ninja Bear Hug said he could do me a deal, but I've got to be in the right time, the right place on the forum. The I think it's the Sega 8-bit forum, because there are people that do good deals on the second one. But to get this included in a 25 game pack, and every single game are quality. I mean, they're all mint condition, got the tabby on the top, not a blemish on the things. The only 2 games that I actually got, which I already had in my collection, are Enduro Racer, which is absolutely mint on the outside. Now this one is the only game that had an issue with, but it's complete, but the lid is a bit shit, and it flaps open a little, but the game is in pristine condition, instructions pristine condition. And then obviously this one, which obviously is Castle of Illusion, and this one is absolutely mint. Dropping them there, not a problem, not an issue with it. So if anybody is interested in trading these 2 for a couple of games, I'm definitely up for it, but you've obviously got to tell me what games they are, because like I've got like 120 of them now. So you know, you're going to have to try potluck, and if you've got 2 games that I haven't got, then I'll have them off you. But yeah, you're more than welcome to trade me with them, the Castle of Illusion and Enduro Racer, and then I'll obviously have a couple of games off you, or even one good pristine game for them too. I don't really care, you know, as long as I get one good game that I haven't got, I'm happy with that. But that, guys, is my first 2 consoles. The other one's coming next week, but as I say, it's going to lead on to a collection that I'm going to be showing in the next couple of weeks. But I'll leave it there, guys. Great to talk to you again. Man vs Master System, it's coming Thursday. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. And as always, I am CyberSnake7. Keep playing, guys. Keep watching.